What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and I just got done watching the Nintendo Direct, and honestly, I thought it was pretty impressive overall. I think a lot of the games they showed off are really impressive, even if some of them are ports, and the fact that we are getting a new freaking Smash Brothers on Nintendo Switch is absolutely mind-blowing. That is the perfect way to end 2018. But there was something about this Direct that honestly, straight up pissed me off. I am so annoyed that we are still getting so many 3DS games. Now, I want to be clear real fast, I'm not mad at Nintendo, because honestly, this is a smart move on their part. There are over 100 million 3DSs floating around. You can't just really ignore that. People are still buying those games like crazy, especially younger people like kids. My problem lies with the fact that we're still just getting so much first-party support on the console. Now, the reason I'm making this video, to be perfectly honest, is the fact that we're getting Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS. That is the stupidest thing ever. Now, if Nintendo was just taking a big step back and letting third parties just make tons and tons of games for the 3DS, I'm totally fine with it. It's the fact that Luigi's Mansion is not coming to the Nintendo Switch. This thing is Nintendo's future. It's won over the haters, it's won over the fanboys, it's won over the casual gamers, it's won over the hardcore gamers. Everybody loves the Nintendo Switch. Mine is fully charged right now because I'm always ready to just pick up and play. I have rebought so many games just for this system because I love the controller and I love so much stuff about it. I'm about to get probably the Ultimate Crazy Collector's Edition of Octopath Traveler just because I want every little cool thing I can for this console. But when you tell me that you are still supporting your super ancient piece of tech, it annoys the hell out of me. The 3DS at this point is a relic. It is so outdated. The fact that you are still making games that are literally 240p resolution on a teeny tiny screen is so redonkulous to me. Yes, I actually have to make up a word to describe how freaking ridiculous this is. Nintendo, look at me in the eye. I'm the captain now. You know what needs to happen? You need to let the 3DS die. I said this last year and it pissed a lot of people off. I said it yesterday on Twitter and it made a bunch of people mad. But I'm just saying the Nintendo Switch is perfect. You've already combined so many of your development teams in order to try and make as many Switch games as possible. It's time to go full force. Cut off the finger, save the hand. I'm saying all this from the heart. Honestly, I really like the 3DS, and I've had mine for a long time. I consider myself a huge Game Boy collector. In fact, I even get weird stuff for Game Boy collectibles, like this overly kawaii carrying case for Game Boy Light. This is the only Game Boy released exclusively in Japan and not to America. Clearly, I love Nintendo handhelds. The 3DS has possibly one of the best libraries of any handheld of all time. But here's the issue. It's ancient. Stop. We don't need you dedicating this much freaking time to it. Your Direct today was fantastic. I thought that it just managed to lay out so much hype. Even while we're watching it, it's getting me excited for games that honestly I probably would have passed up normally. But then you decided to just slam your foot on the brakes and go, hey guys, remember that thing that your parents bought you in high school? Well, we're still making games for it. Stop. This has gone too far. The reason this whole situation just drives me out of my mind is because I know that at some point in the last couple of years, a bunch of people sat down at Nintendo headquarters and they said, okay, are we going to put Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS or the Switch? And everybody probably put it to a vote and somehow they chose the 3DS. Stop. You are wasting time. That game, in my opinion, this is literally my theory, and I'm willing to really put my flag on the ground. I bet that game is going to sell terrible. Because at this point, even the people who had 3DSs aren't playing them. I have a 3DS somewhere in this office, and I probably couldn't even find it because I don't even care. I'm always playing my Switch or my freaking Vita or my freaking PlayStation 4. Right now, this is Yakuza 6, and I'm playing in an arcade that's full of all sorts of cool retro games. This is an experience that cannot be mimicked on the 3DS, but it can come to the Switch. Cater to the hardcore audience. You've managed to win us over. The people who buy like 50 games a year are now actually on your console. You have to make sure we stay happy and give us good stuff to grab. I would, in a heartbeat, buy a special collection that was Luigi's Mansion and Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the Switch. I'd pay $60 for a remaster of that. And you didn't sell it to me. Instead, you're dropping more stuff on your stupid old handheld. That was great back in the day. It's time to get with 2018. Smash is fantastic, the ports are fantastic, and I will be praising the sun and Dark Souls when it comes to the Switch. But the 3DS is time to die in a fire. This has been my controversial opinion, and I really actually want to know what you guys think. Are you still playing the 3DS? Right now, to this day, and I want you to be honest. I'm not asking if your kids play it. I'm not asking if your friends play it. Do you still actually carry around your 3DS? I want to know, because at this point, it seems like nothing more than a Pokemon machine. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. This has been DreamcastGuy with, hopefully, a not extremely badly received rant. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. I really do love the 3DS. It's a handheld that's really legendary. There's a reason it's sold so many freaking tons and tons of copies. The thing is, innovation requires that eventually you stop and move on. We've reached that point. Oh, hey, I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. Or it was really bad, and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.